Hi everybody and welcome to a Halloween special on Ride 2. I'm KPG-GOONER here, and in today's episode guys we're going to be riding what I think is an absolute monster of a bike. Now this bike is huge. It's not the most powerful bike, but I think it possesses a lot of power and it's going to be such fun to ride, turning off all the aids. So we're going to get straight into it now guys. Right guys, we've decided to ride this bike in this tour and we can't even upgrade the bike. I think it's almost about that without any upgrade, so it's not even close to its maximum power. So we're going to ride it in a few races, and the bike is, let's get to it, the HAYABUSA. Now the Suzuki HAYABUSA is an awesome bike. It's absolutely huge, crazy power, crazy speeds. I'm not sure how it's going to handle around these road races, but it's going to be fun. We're going to turn off all the aids. This thing's going to skyrocket. Let's get straight into the racing. Right guys, here we go with Valera. Now this bike hasn't been upgraded at all because it was up to the performance points already, but it hasn't got very good handling, but has awesome top end speed and braking power. So this should be interesting. Let's see if we can have a good start here. And oh god, this bike is an absolute monster. It wants to take off from the start. It should be really interesting trying to race it with no anti-wheelie on, but hopefully we should be okay. It started off really well, so there's loads of electric bikes in this race. I'm expecting them to be the challenge, because I've done an electric bike round here and that's not a bad first corner. Oh, the braking's pretty damn decent on it. That wasn't a bad first corner. Now I think the handling without any upgrades was only 6.9 or 6.7, not very high at all, so it's not going to handle very well. But look at the power of this thing. I'm absolutely annihilating the field along the straights. And that's not a bad first corner. It does stop pretty damn quickly, and we haven't even upgraded the brakes, but I think we're going to have to once we take this to maximum power, and we are going to do that guys. In another video we're going to take this to maximum power, and that's not a bad corner as well. Oh god, got to be careful out the slow corners. It definitely wants to take off. It's got so much power low down. Oh my god, in the lower gears it is extreme. Until you get into fourth gear it just wants to take off. And we've started really well in this race. I was expecting to be a lot harder from the start around these sort of circuits on a bike like this, because this bike is quite big and heavy. That's not a bad corner there, and we are still leading the race, trying to fight the bike. Just have to back off the power just to bring the front wheel down, but we're doing okay. Got to caught the curb there. Be careful, don't want to come off. I haven't made any adjustments to the bike either, so I'm not sure whether this handling on this bike is what we're going to use throughout the video. We might have to make a few tweaks here and there, but at the moment it's feeling pretty damn quick, and I've only got one bike with me. I'm leaving the rest of the field, and that's not a bad first lap either. Oh, that was a brilliant first lap, but this is where it's going to struggle around these sections. Slow it down, having to slow down a bit there, just wanted to veer off slightly. It's understeering a little bit, but just feeling the power. Feels bloody quite smooth actually. It's not like really difficult to turn into the corners, really, to be honest, considering it's low handling. But I've got a bike right on my tail. What bike is it? I didn't see that. It sounds like, yeah, it's one of the electric bikes. What a surprise. I thought that's the bike that would give me a challenge round here, because they're bloody damn quick as well. And they're pretty good out the corners. Oh, he's taking up the inside. Oh, bit of contact. We're going head to head round that corner. I'm not having none of that. He's not going to beat the monster. This bike is going to just bash it out the way. Careful, does it? Went into that corner pretty quick onto the curb. Oh, damn, I've lost my position, but it just took off again as I just opened the throttle. Got to be so careful. Got to have a little bit more throttle control, and the electric bike's got away. Now, that electric bike handles really good around this circuit. I have had a race round here on it, and I know exactly how it handles, so I'm going to have to be better into the corners. Right, let's stick with him, coming towards the end of this second lap, and we want to try and win this race, the first race of the episode. We want it to go well, and again, oh god, be careful. Just trying to control the power on this bike. I think I'm literally going to orbit and rocket into the sky when I put this to full power. I'm telling you guys, this thing is absolutely extreme. I love the dials on it. It looks awesome looking bike. But it's quite a weighty bike. I don't know whether it would be an ideal bike for me. I mean, I don't weigh that much myself. I think this would be a little bit too big for me to handle, but I definitely would like to have a go in a straight line. Oh my god, just lost it on that section, just went onto the grass slightly. Really struggled to handle the power through there, but oh my god, this accelerates quick, and I think we could just get past the electric bike. Can we get him in this corner? Oh, what an overtake. Can we hold it? Don't go off circuit. Oh, I think he's going to try and come up the inside. I think he's going to go for it, but no, we managed to power out, and I think we're going to hold the lead, but he's right behind me. This is going to be a real tense battle to the end, and I think he's going to probably come up the inside into this slow corner, right? Just use that really good braking power right onto the curb. Oh, damn, I didn't slow it down enough, and I think, yes, he's got up the inside again. We've gone head-to-head round that section, and I've just managed to just bash him out the way, but I don't think he's finished. He's going to cut. Oh, he's gone up the inside. Oh, what a good pass that was by him. Right, I've got to try and get it back, and I almost took off and landed my front wheel on his back seat then. Oh, God, this thing is so extreme. Right, we've got to try and take him in these next corners. Can we dive up the inside down here? Try and turn it in right onto the curb. Try and hold it. No, he's going to go around on the outside, and he's taken that. Oh, my God, this is going to be close. Right, I've got to try and get him up the inside. Right onto the curb, can I? Oh, God, that was really tight. I've got to be careful on the throttle as this thing is just trying to take off again. Slow it down into that corner. He's right behind me here. He could take me up the inside if I let him have any room. No, I think we're just going to about to hold it on that corner. Can we do it the same on this last corner? Oh, I think he's going to come up the inside. Is this going to just be down to power? Open up the throttle and go for it. Oh my God, this thing is damn quick. Once you get into that third gear, it absolutely rockets. What a close, tense race on that bike. Oh, that was a brilliant start. I think we're going to test this bike out on a different circuit. I think there was North Wales in that selection. I might try that. That's got longer straights, and we can really test out the power of this bike. Now, we did okay on that circuit, considering the cornering, and its handling ain't that great. Let's test it out on a bike with a little bit more difficulty. So let's get straight into it now, guys. Here we go. Right, guys, now we're going to try out North Wales. I think this is going to be harder. I know it's got longer straights, but some of the cornering's even harder than that circuit. So we're going to get straight into it now. So here we go. Right, guys, here we go with North Wales. And also, guys, I forgot to mention, this bike is a DLC bike. So you wouldn't have got this unless you've got the season pass or you bought the DLC. But it's well worth getting, guys. It is extreme. It really is. And we haven't even tested this up to maximum full upgrade, which we will be doing at some point in this walkthrough. Right, so that's not a bad takeoff. I didn't open the throttle fully there to just avoid that wheel taking off, and it slows you down a bit, but it gets to 0 to 150 so goddamn quick. Right, slow it down into that corner. I think they're going to probably keep up with me on a lot of the corners on this circuit because they're so tough, and this bike doesn't handle very well. Look, it's totally struggling into those corners, and I'm really having to be really careful on the brakes. But the fact the brake power is good, you don't have to press them that much to slow down the bike. And being the bike that's quite heavy, it does slow down pretty damn quickly, and I think you need that. And especially when you start upgrading the power. Right, let's get a nice turn into there. That's not too bad. Holding the speed. Oh, God, it didn't like that as I tried to tap the power on a little bit too early there. But again, I've managed to get away, and I am pulling away. They just can't deal with the power and the speed of this bike. It's absolutely brilliant. It just gives me such an advantage. And I don't think I've even got the highest performance points in the race. I think this bike is just so much better in a straight line. Every time it gets a straight line of track, I'm off. Right, this is where I think it may struggle around the corners. They've caught me up through there. Oh, I think one of those bikes just, did it come off? I thought you hit the curb there, but we've managed to get back in the lead. Let's just try and hold the speed through there. A little bit harder to turn in. Oh, it didn't like that as well, guys. Just changing direction. That's where it struggles, being such a heavy and just such a big bike. But once we get on the straight, this is where it's going to show its power. Slow it down, turn it in. Oh, that is awesome. It feels so comfortable. And we've only got just the normal standard tyres on the thing. When it gets slicks on it, it's going to hold the road even better. Now that's not a bad line through there. Really thundering through this town here. It's just like an absolute bullet. It just shoots away. But this bike is one of those bikes that it's mainly done. You get a lot of people buying them to do the quarter miles on. I know down in Brighton when they do the the times they do the quarter-mile races. There's a lot of people with these bikes, and I think a guy there this year managed to do nearly, I think, 217 miles an hour on one of these. That is crazy. But when the turbo kicks in, this thing literally, it has to hold that front down. It just wants to take off. It's just extreme. But we are absolutely blitzing them on this track. Now this is a really nice track. I mean, I used to like it on Ride 1, but I think they've made a lot of improvements to the scenery. It looks better. You can hear more of the environment, the crowd. It's really done. They've done really well with this, and I'm really happy that they put this track back on the game. And some of the other tracks they've added to it are just absolutely brilliant. I just hope they keep on adding more tracks on DLC. I'm sure they will do. And as with more bikes, oh God, be careful. Get a little bit carried away through there. Just trying to just open the throttle slowly as we change direction is the key to keep this bike grounded. That's all I can say is grounded, because it literally does want to take off. I do like the styling of this bike. I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting this. And that's not bad through there. I think I might get rid of the mirrors next time. I don't really need them. I mean, if I want to look, I'll look behind. But I just think they just make it look a little bit ugly. So I might get rid of them. Right, let's get a nice line through there. Shame this bike hasn't got a race modification. You know, you can turn it into a race bike. I don't think it would be that good against some of the other race bikes. We definitely want to try that awesome super HP4 BMW that we got. That looks absolutely amazing. We're going to have to try that at some point. But we've got loads of bikes still to try out. So many tours to still complete. Oh God, that was a bit of a moment there. I thought I was a goner. I'm really overdoing it. I don't want to lose this race. I'm just got to slow it down. We've got quite a bit of a buffer, so we can just take it nice and gentle and just back off slightly. I'm sure we should be okay as long as we don't make any mistakes. I'm not sure what we're going to try this bike in next. We will have a look. But we will do one other vehicle in today's episode. I think we might buy a new bike, and we will do one other event. We'll just try this in a few events, and then we will do another bike. Try and do a nice, decent, long episode for this Halloween special. I don't know how many of you guys actually celebrate Halloween. I don't really celebrate it, but I do like the fact, I do like horror movies. I do like the fact you get a few special events on and stuff like that over Halloween. Yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to just do a special episode. Right, as we're coming to the finish line, and I think we've absolutely blitzed this race. This has been a really good. I'm still very shocked on the handling on this bike, considering it is so low. I haven't adjusted it, and it just feels really stable. I mean, you've got to be careful on the throttle out of the slow corners, but apart from that, the fact I haven't got anti-wheelie on, it's on the Pro Physics, it just feels pretty damn good. I think the braking power does help a hell of a lot into the corners. But right, so let's try this bike in something else. Maybe one of these skills tests, and maybe another race, and then we will do maybe buy another bike and do another race here. We'll get straight into it now. Right guys, we're going to try out this head-to-head skills test. This should be interesting for this bike. Let's see how well we're doing this. Right, so here we go with this head-to-head around Nürburgring GP. Now, let's see what bike we're up against. That's interesting. We're definitely going to beat that in a straight line, but are we going to beat it in the corners? Now, to get the gold, we need to overtake this bike within a minute. So let's see if we can do that. Ooh, just be nice and gentle into that slow corner. And so then just open the throttles gently as we go straight into quite a tight corner there, and then another tight left, and then it goes into immediate right. So we're going to have to be careful. That's not bad, being gentle. Don't overdo it, because we know that front wheel's going to want to come up. Oh, just touch a bit of curve. Now accelerate slightly. That's just catch him. We're definitely going to kill him on the straights, and we have absolutely caught him up through that section. Now we're going to get him here, are we? Into that corner. He's definitely getting the tighter line, but as soon as we get on the straight again, the power of this Suzuki is just too extreme. There you go. Just going to absolutely shoot past him and just hold the position. And there we go. Now that was a little bit easier than I thought it would be. But this bike is just so good in a straight line. As soon as you get on the straights, that bike couldn't get away, and that's the thing. Right, let's get into another event. So here we go. Right, guys, now we're going to test this bike around this Japanese road circuit. This should be interesting. This has got some really challenging corners, so let's get straight into it. Right, guys, we're going to do one more race on this monster of a bike, and then we're going to buy another bike and do one more event to end the episode. Now, I'm really interested to see how it does around this circuit. This circuit's got a lot of tough corners on, but the thing that this bike seems to be really good on, it's so quick to accelerate, and the braking power is so good. That's where I'm absolutely killing the other bikes. Now, I know I can't go around the corners as tight, but they just can't deal with the acceleration and the way I can stop into the corners. It doesn't go into the corners like I would like, but it just gets to them and stops really quickly. So that is just where I find this bike is so good. Now, that's not a bad start, but this is where it's really going to struggle into that slow corner, turn it over, and slowly open the throttle, try and keep that front wheel down, and again, and accelerate again, and look, you barely got to open the throttle, and that front wheel comes up. It is just so powerful, but it's just proving to be too much for the rest of the bikes in the field. But let's see if I can stay on the damn thing. Now, I've crashed quite a lot on this circuit before now, so I'm not going to say anything just yet. Let's just try and get this first lap out the way and see where we end up. And we already are pulling away. As soon as we get on a section where we can just open this bike up a bit, we accelerate up to such a good speed, so quickly, slow down, and you're into the next corner. It doesn't even matter that I'm going around the corners tight and fast. I'm just getting to them so much quicker that they're just not having time to catch up. And that's where I'm really bossing these races so far. And they are sticking with me a little bit more in this race than they were around North Wales. So let's just see if we can just make it to the end. There's a couple of really tricky ones. It didn't like that, but just managed to stop it. Right, turn it in, just being really careful on the brakes as well. I can just feel it, just wanting to slide slightly around the back. I don't want to slide off, and this is where we can open it up, and this is where I'm just going to absolutely pull away. See you later. And just look at the gap. It's just too quick. It is too much for the other bikes. Right, slow it down, and the brakes. I am so impressed, considering we haven't upgraded the brakes. It stops so quickly. It is so surprising. Right, we're coming to the end of this first lap, and we've absolutely killed the field again, and we've really pulled away. Now we can go into the second lap and just try and push it a little bit more and just see what we can do. Can we go even faster? So we've just done a 2:19. Let's see if we can bring that down a few seconds and really test this bike out. Now, just got to be a little bit careful into the corners, but we should be okay. Let's try and get nice and tight. Just slow it down a little bit to get a bit of a tighter turn, and then just try and power it out as best I can without overdoing it. That's a little bit better. And turn it over. Just try and keep it nice and smooth. Stay away from the side. Oh, God, that was a little bit close. Almost took the wind mirror off. And accelerate. Yes. Awesome power. Just look at the power wheelies. Really scary, but it's fun. This bike is absolute fun, I'm telling you. I'm glad I got the DLC, because it was definitely well worth to try this bike out. I don't remember trying this one out on Ride 1. I'm not sure. I don't think they had this one on Ride 1. If they did, I definitely don't remember having a go on it. But then it was quite a while ago since I played that game. But let's see if we can get a nice turn into this section. And that's not bad. We are going really well on this second lap. This is awesome. Right, let's try and get a bit tighter into this corner this time. That's about as tight as I can do it, and not pushing it too much. So now we're about a second up on the previous lap, so we're doing okay. We want to get that down a little bit more. That's really push this bike a little bit more to see if we can get a really good time and just keep on extending our lead, so we can take it nice and easy on the last lap. And then I'm not sure what bike I'm going to buy at the end of the episode. There is a couple of bikes I've got in mind that I want to try out. And I think the one I'm thinking of actually is one that I really liked on Ride 1. I think we're going to go for a bike I really liked on Ride 1. I haven't got in the garage, and I think we might tackle another sector of the Nordschleife to end the episode. I think that's what we're going to do. We will check that out at the end of the video. Let's try and get nice and tight. Just dropped a little bit of speed. I was under a second, well, over a second under the time, and I think I just lost a bit through there. Let's try and speed up towards the end. See if we can just go a little bit quicker. I don't think this is going to be much quicker, actually. No, we only beat it by 0.1. Now, we've lost a lot of time. We were going really well, but I just sort of, just a couple of corners I misjudged. It's just trying to get balance the brakes a little bit. I do feel the back just squirming around a bit. I think with a few adjustments maybe it would be better. I think we could have adjusted the preload. It is understeering quite a bit, but I didn't want to adjust anything until I've ridden it around a few tracks. I definitely think I would adjust a few things to make it a little bit better, but so far so good. We're still bossing the field, and we've just dropped a little bit of time at the start of this third lap. But it's not too major because we have got quite a bit of a lead, so we have got a little bit of play there. We can take it a little bit easier. I don't want to come off on this last lap. Let's try and take it nice and easy through there. And let me know what bikes you've been enjoying on Ride 2 so far, guys. I mean, there's so many bikes in the game, and I don't think everyone's journey's been the same. I mean, I've just been flitting through different tours. I haven't gone just through one tour and then moved on to the next one. I've been moving between all of them, really, guys, to experience all different bikes at different times. Because it's so hard to build up the credits to buy all the bikes. You just have to just do one by one and just unlock everything, and then start deciding which bikes to buy, because you do get quite a few on the invitation events, which has been really handy. Plus we got the championships to do. I haven't got a second championship open next, but we're definitely going to do that. Plus a few people have requested particular bikes for me to do some more races on, which we are going to do. I think Super Duke was one that was mentioned, so that's definitely one that we're going to do, because that's an absolute really powerful bike, really good bike, fun bike to ride as well. So we're definitely going to do some more races on that. And let's get a nice turn into there. We've really dropped time on this last lap, and they've caught up slightly. I'm going to have to try and just pick it up a little bit here. I think the bike behind's gone a little bit too close. Coming to the last section here, I think he's not going to get me. I'm going to just absolutely kill him as I open up this bike, and we're going to just absolutely fire it to the finish line. And again, third race, third win. I cannot believe how good this bike is. You look at it, you just don't think it's going to handle very well, and it's not got a good rating for its handling, but it does feel very, very stable, which is, I'm just baffled in this episode. I'm totally baffled how this bike and how good it handles without upgrading or adjusting anything. Right, so let's get into buying a new bike to end the episode and try out a sector of the Nordschleife. So here we go. Right, guys, for the last event of the episode, we're going to do a race in Urban Style World Festival. Now, I haven't done any races in this tour yet, and this is quite a good tour to finish the episode on. We're going to do the Nordschleife Sector 3, and the bike I'm just about to buy is an awesome bike. It's a bike that I used to love on Ride 1. Now, it's got to compete with a lot of other bikes that are a little bit probably quicker than this bike. This bike is not the fastest bike, it's not the most powerfulest bike, but it handles so well. I did so many videos on it on Ride 1, and I was telling everyone how good it is, and some people didn't agree with me, some people did agree with me once they tried it. And it's going to come against bikes that just are a little bit more attractive than it, but this bike, the Augusta F3 675 MV, is awesome. I think it's a stunning looking bike. I think it sounds awesome. It handles like a dream, and I would actually like to buy one of these in real life. It's a little bit less powerful than the bike I've got, but it's probably more expensive because these things aren't cheap. But it just looks so good. So we're going to race this, see if we can complete this. So let's get straight into it, guys. Here we go. Right, guys, so here we go, the Nordschleife Sector 3. Now I'm hoping this bike to handle like a dream. Please don't let me down. If this handles like a pig now, I'm going to be so upset, considering how much I've bigged it up from Ride 1. So let's see if we can get a good start. Now, it's not the fastest bike of the bikes in this point-to-point race, but I think it's going to handle the best. That's just what I'm thinking. So let's see if we can get it to the end and get a win. Right, let's just nip up the inside. It's not feeling too bad at the start, but we still haven't come up to some tricky corners yet. That's where we're going to see whether this bike really is good. Now, I think you could probably muck around with the handling to make it a little bit better, but I thought we'll just go with how it's set out on the default settings. Oh god, I just lost it in that corner, a little bit of contact. That was my own fault. I just left the braking a little bit late there. Let's see if we can get a nice drive into this sector. Just trying to remember this sector 3. Now this is one of the hardest sectors to do because it's got some really tough corners, so we're going to have to try and be nice and good on the brakes, and that's not too bad. We're up to P3 and we're only 25% into the point-to-point race, and they're just trying to pull away because they've definitely got a little bit more top end than I have on this bike, but let's just try and stick with them, get some nice turns into the corners, and we're doing okay, just trying to stick with them, but it's feeling pretty stable at the moment. I'm just sticking with them and just abiding my time until I feel a little bit more comfortable to start pushing it. Right, so I'm starting to remember this part of the Nausea Life. That's start trying to go a little bit quicker. Oh god, a little bit of contact. His back wheel can slow down then. Right, let's just try and get past him. We're up to P2. Can we get into the lead here? Let's try and dart the inside, can we? All gone side by side, and we should be able to slip past. And yes, we do. We're into the lead. Right, let's try and pull away now. Let's see if we can really put this bike through its paces. It's definitely a very good handling bike, even without any adjustments, and it's feeling pretty damn good at the moment. Getting it right to the curbs. It's braking really well. This isn't fully upgraded, guys, so this is just literally standard, and it's feeling pretty damn good so far, which is awesome. And get a nice turn in there, but this is what I like. You get some bikes that you just don't need to, you don't have to fight with them to get them around a circuit. They just feel very good. I think that the good thing about this bike, because it doesn't have as much power as some of the other ones, you're not scared to open the throttle out of corners. It's a little bit safer, shall I say. But it gets into the corners, it drops into the corners nicely though. Look at that. Nice turns into the corners at decent speed, and we're managing to hold the lead. We're coming towards, we've only got a little way to go. This could be a good way to finish off the episode, and looks like we might be able to do this first time as well, which is awesome. So I bigged this bike up, and luckily it didn't let me down. It's not going to win by much, but it's going to hopefully win by enough. Yes, last corner, there we go, and yes, on the Augusta 675 F3 MV, awesome, and we get the win. That is awesome. Let me know what your favourite bike is from Ride 2, Ride 1, but this was one of my favourites. I don't know why, it's just one I chose on Ride 1, and I've liked it ever since. And I've seen a few around when I've been out on my bike, and you just think, oh, I'd love to have a go. I'd love to buy one of them. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this Halloween special. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.